We're back in the studio here on 1700 Thursdays, and we're joined now by some true rock and roll spirits. Rising from the ashes of other bands, Empra are set to take Australia by storm. And Sunny and Gotye are joining us here live in the studio. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Hey, how you going?
Nice, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Are about, I think it's May 26th, you're going to embark on a huge national tour with a lot of dates, for which some are on here. Tell us about the tour. How do you prepare for that, and what can people expect?
Well, we do a lot of rehearsing. We rehearse about twice a week. We spend a lot of time on Facebook and a lot of times on our mobile phones, just calling bands and trying to hook up shows all across the country. You know, and just chasing people up, you know, organizing the whole tour, accommodation, calling backpackers, trying to find out which is the best deal in town, you know, and all that kind of stuff, you know. Yeah, it's
like travelling, but heaps better because you get to play every night.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
that's great. And this little album here, this self-titled album, comes out on May 26th as well, the day of your launch of your national tour. So what can we expect from this little beauty here?
It's pretty high energy, in your face rock and roll, and it's pretty catchy as well. So it's like songs you can rock to and sing along to, and hopefully we sell 2,800 copies and more.
Why 2,800?
Because that's how many we need to sell to make back the money that we spent recording the album.
So the 2,800 people watching at home.
That's right.
2,800 by 2,800.
Yeah.
Years.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not very good at maths, so that was
You'll
like,
get it by then, yeah.
One guy who does feature on the album, on the track Sabrina, is Gotye. Yes. How did that come about, that collaboration?
Wally from Gotye, he used to play in this really awesome band called The Basics.
The Basics, yeah.
And my last band, The Suns, we did a lot of shows with The Basics. And so this album is actually a tribute to a friend of mine who passed away. And Wally, we were all friends and stuff. And so one day I called Wally and said, hey man, can you come down and do the Gotye thing on this track? Then I was like, yeah, sure man. And he even said yes, even without hearing the song. It's like such a cool guy. And then he came down to the studio and he was like, so what do I do, Sonny? I said, I don't know man, just make it sound like Gotye played with us.
Yeah,
and then
right.
He took out his laptop and his keyboard, and he's like a music genius, man. Like
That's
he did
great.
all this weird stuff. And it actually sounds like Gotye just jammed with Empra.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's exactly what you want it to sound like.
Yeah.
Hey, Gotye, if you're out there.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
He's a cool guy. You grew up in Singapore.
Yes, I did.
How does the Melbourne music scene differ from the Singapore music scene that we know nothing about, really?
There's a lot. It's a more lively music scene in Melbourne. It's actually great, probably one of the best in the world. There's so many bands and musicians and artists of all types of genres everywhere. Whereas in Singapore, it's a lot of commercial sounding stuff. But people tend to go nuts at rock shows in Singapore for some reason. They just go nuts, man, because like it doesn't really happen that often. So when it happens, they go crazy. Whereas in Melbourne, like if people go nuts at your show, you must be a pretty awesome band.
Yeah, you're doing something right.
Like everybody here has seen everything, so
It's true, yeah.
There's a lot of competition in Melbourne.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good bands, and it's hard to sort of break through and really impress people. You know, it's hard.
But
work,
yet
so.
there's a lot of opportunity as well. Yeah.
Well, one song I think people are going to go nuts for is Doesn't Make Much Sense, which we've got coming up very shortly, the film clip, and you're going to do a special acoustic version.
Live performance here at
Very-
1700.
Unplugged, I think they call it.
Unplugged, yeah.
Well, that's what the pros call it, but we're not
Yeah.
pros, so we just say whatever.
There's no plugs.
that's right.
There's no plugs.
plugs involved.
Is there anything special about this clip that people can be excited to see?
Yes,
Filmed
it's
in the garage, wasn't
shot in Matt's garage. He's our bass player. His dad is a painter. So if you look
That's great.
very,
We're going to have a look at it right now, and we're going to come
Yeah.
back with you guys in a sec. This is 1700.